You don't even realize it, but it can. And it just makes you play small. And working with Rick always makes you play big. I can tell you that much. I mean, he's just so confident, so positive. That type of environment is essential. And the book talks about that.
Yeah, and I think that that's what's unique is that, with confidence, we tend to think that it's something that you have to learn, but I think it's something that's already within you. And it's just having a matter of somebody believing in you because that confidence can be dwindled in any moment. That spark, that little light that shines in all of us, it's either is it shining bright or is it snuffed out, dimmed it out because it's the wear and tear of our environments and our mindset and the way that we were, just through life, right? We've weathered and conditioned that is it enabling and empowering our confidence or is it disempowering? And I love how you mentioned a lot of these tacticals and the strategies also in the book. So I'd love for you guys to share a little bit more of what does it mean to be confident in life and how the book ties into that. So I love both of your perspective. What does confidence mean to you?
So confidence means that you can trust yourself. Confidence is being able to rely on yourself to do things and carrying out the actions that you want. So, say you have a goal to lose weight and then you lose weight up to your goal, you reach your goal. That builds so much confidence. Or if you want to win something, be the best in a certain profession, and you actually achieve that goal and you keep the commitments you've made to yourself, gives you confidence. That is confidence. And confidence is a key important part to create mental strength and to give you a very good inability to let other people bother you. So important. And I think you have to do two things for confidence. One is kind of what we talk in the book. It's sensory. It's like an environment that gives you confidence. People are believing in you. And then you have to do things like make you confident. You have to first be in a positive environment and then you have to act it out. So those two things together are like magic. It's so important to build those things. And it's almost like eating and then exercising, right? We have to have a good diet and then build our body. Same thing. You have to have good mental diet and feeding ourselves with positive things. And then we have to act it out. And some of the things we do in terms of exercising or confidence, like mental exercises do, is you can look in the mirror and just say really positive things about yourself over and over. And you can even in a journal write down all the things you've achieved that you wanted in the past year, past 5 years, and be really proud of yourself. And that would be correct.
Confidence comes in all shapes and sizes. And to me, it's a choice. It's fleeting. You can lose it in a blink of an eye and you can gain it back in the blink of an eye. And the key to it, because everybody is going to be tested. You're going to have problems. You're going to have ups and downs. You know what I mean? Anybody can be really good when they're good. I want you to be good when things are going bad. And so I look at confidence as a choice and I try to change everybody's perspective and keep as much confidence in them as possible. This is how I try to train people. And that's kind of how I've trained my own mind that I control the situation. Nothing's going to control me. Because confidence to me is so loosey goosey. And you can even see that in sports, how momentum changes. And it just, that's the toughest thing to keep the belief. But I think everybody has to understand you're going to be challenged, but you can't let other things affect it. And people just have a deeper level of belief that affects that confidence. And that's what I've seen, not just in sports, but business and everyday life, but and it's okay to have a helping hand or have other things help you and keep that confidence. But when you understand it has to come from yourself. And like Niv said, reading positive things, hearing positive things about yourself, saying it to yourself, I am good, instead of letting everything control you and making you feel a certain way. Why are you always happy? That's kind of a choice. Everybody has the same problems. If it rains or it's sunny or people are yelling, there's many things. And so I think people have to take a step back. It's a choice. You want to be positive or negative? You want to get better? You want to get worse? Everybody needs a helping hand and they need to be inspired, but it's really a choice. And if you can look at it in those bare bones, it's really going to help you a lot.
I like how you broke it down with the positive reinforcements and it's a choice. everything that we decide from this moment on will dictate and determine our life and our livelihood, right? So everything comes down to a choice. So having those positive reinforcements from the people that you surround yourself with, to the thoughts, to the achievements, everything kind of documented to give proof and evidence to support you in those buckets, right? Because we have two buckets, whichever ones we're filling is what is now shaping our reality. So I'd love for you to explore a little bit more into what led you guys into writing this book and then the challenges that came along with it.
Before we answer that, let me just back the truck up one more time. This is really important, especially with what I do. I make kids try things and do things that they never thought they should try or do, maybe until they get a little bigger, a little older, a little more experience. And then once I make them do it and they fail and they keep doing it and then they make it, they get the big C, which is confidence. Now they do it on their own, whether it's in out of the basket or a practice match, and then they take it into a regular match. Have to put yourself in positions where you're uncomfortable so you can get comfortable. And then that triggers confidence. Like winning breeds winning, you know? So everybody needs to not be afraid to fail and do things. And so in my situation, I make kids do things and try things they never thought they would try until maybe they're older, bigger, or stronger, faster. That's why I've had a lot of kids become really good, really young, whether it be in junior tennis or on the pro tour at an early age. They're doing an adult-like thing as a kid, and the cornerstone is confidence. Now to the book. Go ahead. You can answer that question.
Give me time to think.
There you go.
So, Rachel, you're asking what triggered the book in general, and who is it generally intended towards? So, there were big picture concepts here, but throughout the years, I knew mental strength was important. Of course, trained at Harvard, Mayo Clinic for medical schools, had big names behind me. I knew that when I could study and get these high scores, I was like, yay, and I could win tennis matches. All that was through mental strength. I knew that was important. There's always something lacking with me in my mind. I knew there was a little bit of an issue. I was like, okay, I'm not as productive as, I had a friend in Mass General who could stay up all night, see hundreds of patients, and write a book. And I was like, how is he so productive? I'd always think like that. And then I was kind of curious about, I had issues with, I was not always successful with people because I was different. I was always working hard, I had a different diet. I was just different. And I had heartbreak, with people because some people would just not be like me. And I could never understand that. I was always failing. So I realized like, wow, I have an idea for this book because I need to be able to recover from heartbreaks or emotional pain. I realized I was like, why was I in this kind of loop, mental loop where I was constantly beating myself up about a relationship or something that was not working right or being disappointed in somebody else.